ていうぐらいもう拒否反応を示して、だからもう少しちゃんと見てくれれば少し私たちの意図したものが分かってくれたんじゃないかなと思ったんですけれども、まあ最初からもうダメな人は全くダメでした。不思議なことでしたけれども。
Actually, the reactions in Tokyo were really going in both opposite directions. The people who really liked it, they really liked it and said it's a wonderful film, and they actually really saw carefully, watched carefully the film, and actually discovered things that we even didn't see in the film. And the people who didn't like it at all, they, I had the feeling they probably didn't watch the film, but they were closing their eyes in between, and they were really actually rejecting the film. So it was, and I think they couldn't unfortunately not pick up our intentions of the film. So it was both very split opinions, very opposite, and yeah. That's
I actually have a theory for the people who would diffuse the film. From the beginning, Arsene's voice says that maybe we are addicted to images of destruction. Then you are forced to see a lot of images of destruction. Or most of the people in Tokyo, the audience in Tokyo, has watched those images of destruction on television for months. A lot, and I don't think they wanted them to be considered as being addicted, precisely because they are.
Yeah, I have two questions. First, I want to say I enjoyed your film very much. I thought it very stimulating and interesting. The first question is, some of your interviews mentioned the war. So I would like to know, did they mention more concrete memory of the war?
No.
Or only sense of datta? And the second question I have to put in Japanese first, I'm sorry. In the end, ちょっとノホンショギみたいなもの、at the end of the film, 映画の終わりのところにね、ちょっとノホン主義みたいなところが出てきたじゃない？ノホン主義ご存知でしょ？
ノホン主義だ。
はい。そういう意味ではなかった私が思うけれども、どうでしょうか？I had this feeling of a very strong ideology of agriculture in the end, and I thought, this is not your intention, but I would like to know, what was your intention when you introduced this philosophy of the shrine and the Buddhas and the peasants? For me, it had some resonance with Nohon Shogi.
Okay, so the first question was, I'm sorry, can you repeat? Sorry? Yeah, because one of the first woman that we meet at Itate, she starts saying, she says that her family moved there and started agriculture when the war started, the same year as the war started. And she just mentioned the reason as perhaps because her father was before the teacher of sericulture, the growing silkworm. By the way, silkworm and silk was the biggest export industry of Japan before World War II. And so she said that maybe our family started agriculture because it was a time for food shortage. And that's the thing that we slightly mentioned World War II about it. I also had more interviews about how it was, how themselves or their ancestors, their parents were during the war, but we didn't leave it in the film. Maybe there would be more in the next one. And about the no-hon shugi means, how can I translate that anyway? Yes and no. I didn't think of that kind of political movement or political ideology of going back to the earth and let's become farmers again. It's not like that, but it's more like, well, I think I straightforwardly put in letters or as words, actually I shouldn't read this, but that Japan, I don't think Japan was ever a nation of samurais as it has pretended to be for overseas. Now it is now trying to pretend to itself that it's a nation of samurai. And I think it's totally false. It always has been a nation of farmers, and we have a culture of a tradition of farmers, of an agricultural country. And now we are quickly losing those values and those ideas, and maybe it's not a good path to do it, to go. So it's more of a philosophical idea rather than a social idea. And also I think it's I would say my influence, maybe you would understand, I think it's, and I think that I'm more influenced by Amino Yoshihiko, the historian. Maybe you know his name.
That's the question. What is happening at these places now, 1 year later?
Well, basically nothing. It's closed. You cannot get in. And maybe, maybe soon enough, next month, we might have the chance to get in within 20 kilometers. But we don't know yet.
It's closed means you are not able to, and you will be able to get in.
Certainly need special government permissions, and we are sort of applying for it, maybe.
I have two questions. First of all, do you think there would be an impact on the public opinion due to Fukushima? We had Chernobyl, you had the atomic bomb, and so on. And to me, the people seemed very resonated, so that it is the way it is, that's life. Do you think there's any chance that there should be maybe a change in the public opinion due to the accident, to your film, to everything that happened? That's the first question. And the second question is whether you are planning to show in the next year what is happening to the area, to a follow-up film.
Yeah, as I just said, we are going to do a follow-up because the local people want us to do, and I also want to follow them, including the people who are in the films. I've met them again, and they have actually more difficulties as they talk in the film, so it should be followed. And the change of public opinion, well, how much can we trust the quote-unquote public opinion in my country? I don't know. And but maybe just simple notes is that they say shogunai is that life. It's not about the politics or whatever. They are saying that natural disaster or this kind of accident, it happened. Therefore, that cannot be helped. That's what they are saying, not about the governmental policies or political decisions. But on the other hand, there are certain things that, I think in every country there are different level of public opinion. Like people say things just like as a superficially, or if not hypocritically, or what the things that or trying to make decisions that directly affects their lives. And the second kind of decision making of public opinion, quote unquote, is very difficult to make in any country.
Okay.
I had a question about how you approach the people. I'm over here.
Sorry, it's too dark here. Sorry.
Because like at one point you mentioned how they were making jokes about the journalists from Tokyo,
yeah.
And they must have had a lot of tension between all these people coming to report on them.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem to make a very good relationship with the people. It felt like they didn't see you as like an outsider so much. So I wondered if you could say something about that.
Well, actually, I should ask forgiveness for our journalist colleagues in Japan, because basically the trick that I use to befriend the people, the local people, is making fun of the journalists from Tokyo. But I think you can explain it.
基本的に我々はこういうアプローチを取りました。